Alright, so Iron Fist Season 1. I was actually really excited for this one. I was really hopeful, but again, the budget just, like, we can't say budget issues are the reason why Danny Rand's powers just don't work the same way they do in the comic. Like, what do you mean a limit? I've never, in his description, there's no limit. In his picture and the thing, it actually shows this whole wrap of energy around him, and around his hand. But, even in this series, they showed a video of the older Iron Fist with two hands lit up. And, like, come on. Y'all are literally just teasing us with what y'all know was correct. It's like, at this point, I can't deny that the writers behind Netflix knew how bad these character portrayals were. Like, where's his costume? What is wrong with Netflix and costumes? Like, Daredevil, like, I get it. He gets his suit at the end of the season finale of the first season, has it all to season 2 in the Defenders series, but just not at all for 12 episodes in season 1 and all 13 of season 3. Jessica Jones makes fun of her suit. Luke Cage don't have his hoodie on. I know he gets it in the second season, but man, what's this knockoff suit that Iron Fist is getting in the next season? Like, that's sad. He just puts on a hoodie. It's like, that's what freaking Luke Cage is supposed to do. And like, yeah, he put it on occasionally, but no, it wasn't even, it's not even good. Like, you're just making fun of y'all's shitty work and thinking it's impressive. Like, y'all have the fans defending all the crap y'all have done. Like, first off, I know it's Disney's fault because they messed up the Mandarin. They came up and made up this organization called the Ten Rings, when the Ten Rings are about the rings, which aren't even in the correct form. They're supposed to be rings, like for your fingers, not the Chinese martial artist rings. Those have a whole different point to them. Also, Shang-Chi's father is not the Mandarin, it's Fu Manchu, and that's kind of like this alien transformable dragon thing with major powers. So, yeah, I get it, but why not give magic powers to the hand? Like, that's just a thing that they've always had? Yeah, they're martial artists. Cool, you got one half of the thing the Marvel Encyclopedia points out as their powers, but y'all couldn't have them with magic? Like, that's huge. That's huge. Like, that comes into so big and much play when it's the Mandarin versus Iron Man in the comics. Like, Iron Man's tech couldn't even tell that the Ten Rings were technology because they emulated magic. And why would you think a magic user is using technology? I mean, that's kind of just built into them. I like the side character chick, but like, it's a little hard to not be bothered by every single sex scene that's constantly happening in almost every series. When the Eternals has one sex scene for like 10 seconds and everyone lost their shit. It's kind of embarrassing. Two gay guys kiss. Big problem. Girls making out and having sex throughout the entirety of Jessica Jones. Not a problem. Bit biased much. Is it okay if it doesn't bother you? Or if it's okay for you? Like, you would watch porn like that, so it's okay to watch, but if anyone else gets representation, it's fucked up and is destroying stuff. Like, I had a commenter on another channel be like, yeah, of course it's not okay because it's putting stuff into people's heads. I'm like, yeah, that's so why kids are having sex at a young age, right? If you want to go there, fine, but let's remove all sex scenes because it's either going to be equality for all or it's none for anyone. You can't just pick and choose what makes you feel okay. You can't sit there and go, well, it's fine because I have this opinion that has no scientific backing, no evidence to it at all. Like, come on, man. Who cares? Some people are actually, like, gay. Let them have representation. Also, let's stop having a sex scene every freaking other episode of Jessica Jones. Like, if you got a problem with one sex scene in Eternals, you definitely should be talking about this. Because all this is doing, all the Netflix shows are doing, is just highlighting how much bullcrap is being done. Like, at this point, the stuff that's going on really in Iron Fist wouldn't have caught the attention of everyone else. But, when Madame Gao mentions the other heroes in the Netflix series, when talking to the nurse chick, it's kind of weird that even she doesn't mention the Avengers or anyone else. Like, Spider-Man's definitely going around at this point, even if he's in his origin little cloth suit. You should be mentioning it a little bit. There's just so much disconnection, and the more things that happen in the MCU and in the Netflix series, respectfully, that isn't mentioned on the other side of things, the less canon this is. And hey, I'm not saying it was necessarily a bad story. I'm just saying about halfway through it kind of got a little boring. The Hand is just way too different. But kudos for actually using the Hand appropriately instead of doing like Disney and making up the Ten Rings organization. Like, I flipped through that book like 5 times looking for the 10 rings, just going, there's gotta be. There's no way they got away this whole time with making up that organization. But hey, we all have to admit now, Iron Man 1 started the ruining of the Mandarin before the Mandarin was even a character to be thought of. And you know what's even worse? In Phase 1, Shang-Chi was supposed to be a part of the Avengers team, so was Ant-Man. So we know that their plans were to already ruin the whole basis of connection before we even got to having the character in. They were building up to have him in and just ruined it. I'm actually kind of hopeful that they do put Iron Fist in the new Shang-Chi movie. That would be kind of cool. I would also like to see some of the other martial art realms start getting mentioned. We have Tylo, we have, nope, don't remember the name of the Iron Fist one. So, I don't know if y'all caught it, but do y'all remember that image that showed like almost right after they released Shang-Chi on Disney Plus? There was an image of a guy standing there and he had a black dragon flame wrapping around his arm. Oh yeah, I really hope they continue with that, because that's one of the other martial art realms. And so, like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you bring that in? Why wouldn't you want to one-up Netflix for Netflixing everything up? I hope y'all actually are going to give the budget within Disney to actually do Iron Fist correctly and not have this BS little, time limit that he can use it. Yeah, his emotions can get messed up. He can mess his chi flow up, but that doesn't mean that he had a limit. He could just light them things up and fight for days if he could keep his stamina and chi flow going. But that wasn't chosen. Where is... since we're on the topic of chi, and yes, we get to see him heal his girl from the poison, but his chi's supposed to be making him heal faster. Doesn't really mention it. Yeah, he seems to heal faster, but there's no mention of it. It's like they're outright avoiding talking about other powers of his. And also... Still, how are you going to show an Iron Fist with 2 fists lit up, but act like Danny Rand is only ever going to be able to light up 1 fist? Like, come on, it's pretty sad. That's supposed to be a quick power up for him. He's not even supposed to start with just 1 hand. We don't have 20 years to do a whole new set of guys, or we're just going to lose every OG Avenger plus 2nd gen Avengers. They're all going to be aged out. They're all going to be quitting. Do we really think Rhodey's going to be in this stuff for another 20 years? Everyone's talking about let's rush all this stuff away so that we can get back to quality over quantity, like they're mutually exclusive. We all love the comics or the animation, or in some cases the Netflix shows, but if you can see the power of what can be done in these series, why are y'all so against the series being done in Disney? You think Disney can't do it? Disney's done more respect for Daredevil and cameos than the entirety of the Netflix series. Like, sorry, he finally fought traditionally correctly once. He somersaults down the side of a building because he's actually pretty dang potent. And he was able to stand there and deal with She-Hulk. Like, whoo! Thank goodness we don't have this guy that can't knock people out anymore. Like, I mean, look, after 5-6 hits, you knock him out. Shang-Chi was just so much better. And granted, he is the world's #1 martial artist. But shouldn't you have it a little better for at least the expression of how Danny Rand fights? Shouldn't he look like an actual martial artist and not this, flowery fist and embroidery kicks kind of style? Like, he should actually be able to hurt people. That's what he was trained to do. His martial art just looks like something someone took a course for 2-3 months, not actually practice and learn this stuff. Now, granted, some of it's meant to be unrealistic looking, but this whole concept of this obligated flippy kick or move or leap through the air and punch or kick someone, it's like you got one of them a fight. You can tell the choreographer was not a good part of the budget. But hey, you want to come argue with me? Put it down in the comments. I will sit there and consistently respond and interact with you. Hell, I'll let you come into Discord, Gilded, jump into VC and communicate with me directly. Spend a good amount of time. You might actually give me some points of what else people are getting wrong. But hey, until then, y'all have a nice day.